Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's EV Comics, and I'm currently high on cleaning fumes. Nah, I'm kidding. I just cleaned my carpet, and I'm waiting for it to dry a little bit, and then I'm gonna take a shower because, as you can see, I worked up a sweat doing it. But yeah, busy day. Busy day. I'm actually off work, but it's still a busy day because I had to take Butterbean to the vet. I'm gonna get my car, the oil changed and get it inspected, and then I'm gonna get I got a carpet cleaner so I can clean my carpets, and it's just been a day already, and it's not even barely lunchtime. But yeah, so I'm gonna go see Tron Ares later today, and I wanted to do a little tiny stream video thing. What's up, Nomad? I want to do a tiny stream where I just document my thoughts about Tron before going into the movie. I just want to do something to give you guys an idea of like where I'm at with Tron Ares before I watch it. And to do that, I had to explain Tron Legacy. And my love for this movie is entirely biased because let's see, this came out in 2010. I was 13 when I watched this movie in theaters, and it blew my mind. I think this blew my mind more than watching Star Wars for the first time as a kid. I think this genuinely blew my mind. I have watched this movie at least, counting the times where it was just on the TV and passing while I was like in the garage with Dad or or just cleaning around the house or something, and this was on the TV. Counting all that, I have watched this movie at least 20 times. And as recently as like 2 months ago, I watched this movie again. And genuinely, I don't understand how Rotten Tomatoes has this at a 57. I don't get why this movie is rated so lowly. I know I am biased because I grew up with this movie and I love this movie, but it is not nearly worth the 57% rating. If we're talking like a 10 out of 10 is Star Wars A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. You know what? Let's just say Empire Strikes Back is a 10. This is at least a 7. This Tron Legacy is at least a 7, all right? And the first Tron movie didn't get very high reviews either, despite the fact that it was groundbreaking in the same way that Star Wars was groundbreaking for the time with visual effects. Just I don't understand the low rankings. I don't really get it. Nomad, I heard it wasn't very good. Ares, I meant, but I'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I mean, here's my thoughts. And this is one of the reasons why I'm doing this little mini stream, is because I want to document that my expectations for this movie are at the lowest possible. I'm expecting it to be bad. I'm expecting it to be garbage, mainly because Jared Leto is in it. I hate Jared Leto as an actor. I don't know why I don't know why Disney chose to go with him, of all people, especially after Morbius. Why would you go with Jared Leto after that? I don't understand. Now, part of that movie's failure is not his fault. Part of that movie is the directors and the writers, all of that. Everyone on that movie did a bad job. and it's a terrible movie because of it. But Jared Leto is part of that problem, and he was also very bad at Joker in the first Suicide Squad movie. He was very bad in that, and he's just had back-to-back problems. He is a good singer. I think he's good in 30 Seconds to Mars. I like the early albums and stuff. It's very good. And as an actor, I think he could be good, because he does fine in Blade Runner, in the second Blade Runner movie. He does fine in that. But I think it's because he's not the starring role. I think because like the director of that movie clearly knew what he was doing. Clearly knew, like, the writers and everything clearly had a good vision for the movie. I feel like they just kind of put a leash on Jared Leto and said, all right, you're going to do what we tell you to do, all right? And you're going to do it how we tell you to do it. And it worked out fine. I haven't heard anyone complain about him in that movie. I've heard people complain that he's simply in the movie, but but I haven't heard anyone complain about his acting in that film. So, like, I think it's possible for him to give a good performance. I just think it's very not likely. So my expectations going into this movie is that it's going to be bad. I'm fully expecting it to be bad. But it's Tron, so it will probably look good. It will at least look good. That is my one like positive hope for going into this movie, is that it will look good. And the soundtrack will probably be good too. I know they don't have Daft Punk. But from the trailer, soundtrack sounded pretty good. I'm hopeful for that as well. Story, I have no hope for the story. I cannot see this going good. I cannot see the story being well written. No hope for Jared Leto as an actor. And for the human characters, I also have very little hope. I look at it and it looks like it's going to be Marvel quips. Unfortunately, I just have that. I can sense it, man. I have that sense. I just had that sense that it's going to be quippy, and because of that, I already know it's going to be trouble. But regardless, Tron Legacy was so good to me that, like, even if this movie is good, it's going to have to be very good for me to like it more than Tron Legacy. That's the thing. Maybe it changes my mind. Maybe it blows away my expectations and it's good. It's possible. It's not likely, but it's possible. Just out of nostalgia, I think I'm doomed to like Tron Legacy more than any of the movies. But I tell you what also slaps, and not many people know about this, which is a crime. There was a Tron animated series, Tron Uprising, and that has some of the best writing for a cartoon I've ever seen. And this, I acknowledge that this is not a 2000s or 90s cartoon, which is, I always like to say that the 2000s and 90s had like the best cartoons. On average, cartoons were better back then. But there are shows like Tron Uprising, which came out in like 2012. Very good show. Very good show. Criminal that it only had one season. And the reason why found Tron Legacy to be overrated, no offense. That's fine. It's like, I just don't think you can call this movie bad. I don't think you can, I don't think giving it a 57 is fair. I think it's more than a 57. At least a 7 out of 10. At least a 7 out of 10. You got the soundtrack, the acting is great, the visuals are great. You gotta look past the CGI Jeff Bridges, okay? You gotta think about it. It's 2010. For the time period, that was about as good as it gets. That was about as good as de-aging gets. And it's not just simple de-aging, because Jeff Bridges by that time was already old. He was already like in his late 50s, early 60s. This was fresh out after Iron Man, by the way. And you see Obadiah Stane in that movie. Yeah, they had to de-age that face to be a young guy in a 2010 movie. Ambitious, for sure. But yeah, the visual effects are great. Other than that, the visual effects are spectacular. The music's spectacular. The acting's great. The story I thought was pretty good. I thought the story was pretty good. The main issues I think people have with Tron Legacy, which I can understand, are the pacing. There is like a moment in the movie where the pacing kind of just stops for a long time. It just sort of like it's going, and then boom, it just stops for like a good 20 minutes. There's not really much pushing it forward. The characters are just kind of talking around for a little bit, which I don't mind. Like, whenever characters talk for a while and there's not action, it doesn't bother me. I'm not ADHD brained to the point where I need something happening to grab my attention every single time. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't bother me at all. Nomad, you're going to get going. See you at 12 Central for on DeviantArt for the finale of Talia's arc. Yes, yes, yes. Um, but yeah, I'll see you later, man. But yeah, Legacy. I think it's at least a 7 out of 10. I can't, in good faith, give it anything less. And I mean, just look at the pictures that I've got pulled up here. This is all from Tron Legacy. Yes, that is Daft Punk. They literally put themselves in the movie, which, with their helmets and like their general music style, perfect fit. They are not out of place at all in this scene. Beautiful movie, man. Beautiful movie. And then you got this, and it's like, I think it's, I think it's, I think it's possible that this movie is decent. I think it's possible this movie is decent. I don't expect it to be good. And why is Jeff Bridges still alive? Why, like, I know he's probably like a ghost or something, because like from the trailer he kind of looks ghostly, like a spirit or something in the code. So like, maybe I can understand that, but I mean, you're gonna have to explain a lot to bring him back. Plus, Legacy ended so perfectly. It almost just doesn't make sense to make another movie, or to make a movie set after Legacy. It ends so perfectly, like I wouldn't even want to make another movie. Like, it's kind of like Star Wars, right? Return of the Jedi had such a great ending, had such like a really good ending. Not as good as the other two films. There was a few things that kind of fumbled a little bit, but overall the film is still great. I would still give it like an 8 out of 10. But the ending of Return of the Jedi was so good that making sequels just, to me, just didn't really make sense in the first place. I think you could do it. I think you could make a story that focuses less on the Star Wars and more on the characters of Star Wars. I think they could have, like, if Disney locked in and actually made good movies, I think they could have done it. But I just don't. I don't think the way they went about it, I don't think it was a good idea. I think it was a very missed opportunity for those films. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the poster. I think the Tron world entering the real world is a cool idea, and I mean, it was teased in Legacy. So it makes sense for them to go down this route for a third movie. It makes sense for them to go down this route. And from what I've seen, from what I've looked at from the trailer, what I've observed, I think it's not like, because Clue is dead. Spoilers for Legacy. Clue is dead. And with him, like, his grand army, the ship was destroyed and everything that had his army that were going to invade. So I think the reason why they're coming into the real world is because of whatever company owns the Tron technology. Whoever owns it, Flynn Tech, whatever it was called. I think they are responsible for like bringing it in. I think that's like the plot for this, is that the company who owns it flies a little too close to the sun and end up getting burned. I think that's what happens. But yeah, I mean, it's just I just don't have much expectations for this film being good. But anyway, let's give a little update. Let's give a little update for the comic. We have officially surpassed 19,000 views. That's pretty good. Almost 20,000 views, which is pretty great. I'm trying to get in contact with Global Comics to try and see if, because they like to do like shout outs for creators and stuff like that. I'm trying to see if maybe I can get on that list. If a list exists, they might just do it just just off of a whim. I don't know who the social media manager is. I don't know if they got a strategy or not. But the idea, like, I want to see if I can get a shout out now that this has got 4 volumes and almost 20,000 views to it. I want to see if I can get that to get a little more eyes on it, which I'm getting plenty of eyes on it now. Which reminds me. Which reminds me. Um, Let me open this in a new tab. I needed to. I need to boost because the thing I've got. I'm subscribed to DeviantArt. Like I pay like $10 a month. Thank you, birds. I was subscribed to DeviantArt for like $10 a month, and what I get from that is I get the ability to schedule my post, but I also, which should be free. To be fair, it should be free, but you can also get 2 free boost, which gets a lot of views on your stuff. It gets you on the homepage essentially. Can I view DeviantArt? For some reason, the website has just been extremely slow the last couple of days. I'm not sure why. Where's the Tyler Anno post? There it is. Yeah, I wanted to boost this page, this post, the one with Tyler Anno punching the computer screen, because I'm really happy with that page. I'm really happy how that turned out. I looked at my last drawing of him and I was like, I could do better than this. I could do way better than this. And I drew some more poses for him to do, and I was like, yeah, this is much better. Much better. So, but yeah, and I wanted to include the Mighty Five in Volume 5 a little bit more. Just because they haven't really been part of the main story with V. I wanted to throw them in here and give them a little bit of screen time and explanation for like who they are, what they've been up to, how they fit into the world at large. Wanted to do that and make the world feel a little more lived in. Have some more variety to the characters. But yeah, Volume 5 is it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very interesting. I've already I've written out like plot outlines all the way up to like Volume 2 at this point. Like I've got the rough drafts to not Volume 2, to like Season 2 or Series 2, I guess you would say. I've written rough drafts up like for the novels all the way up to Season 3, and like all of that is completely written. And there's even more stuff that I've gotten like concepts beyond that. Like I literally have 10 years of comic stuff written down, just waiting to be drawn. 10 years of the 10 years of comic material that I've got just written down. It's not just in my head. It's on well, not on paper, but it's on like a document, a bunch of documents in like a folder that's organized with like how this character interacts with this character. It's a website called Campfire. Invaluable for organizing if you're a writer. Get Campfire. It is so good. There's a look up Overly Sarcastic Productions. You can get a code for like a discount for that. And use it, man. It's so worth it. It's so worth it. It is a great writing tool. It is so good. And it's easy for test reading too, because I got one of my friends does some test reading for me. He actually did the artwork as well for the flashback scenes and the newspapers at the beginning of Volume 1/6s. He does some test reading for me, and it's so easy for him to do that because I just had him made the Campfire account. He did that, and I gave him access to like preview some of the stuff. And he can just read. He can just read whatever like I put out there for him, and he can even make his own notes and stuff like that to it. And after he's done with it, we'll discuss things that work, things that don't work, things that could be better. And it's a valuable resource for me as a writer, to get someone that I know and trust to be someone who also has like a competent level of writing understanding. And grew up with similar things to me, so that he's got the same, references, same frame of mind for like, what I'm trying to write here, which is a 2000s cartoon in the form of a comic. So it works the campfire works for that, but it also works for organizing all the stuff. So I've got like 10 years worth of comics written down, ready to be drawn. It's just going to take a long time to get there just because I don't have the time. I don't have the time to be drawing all day. I have to work. I have to make money to provide for myself. So, and I don't mind doing it, but it's I would love if I could just do this full time. If I could make money off of this full time, that would be the dream right there. But again, that's not the priority. The priority is just telling the story and letting people enjoy it. So if I can get paid doing it, great. If not, I'll still do it. So yeah, that's that. And then DeviantArt, we just hit 2,700 followers on there, which is pretty good. I'm trying to do more goals to encourage growth to continue to happen. So like every 50 watchers up until 3,000, I'm going to do like a bonus art, which is just going to be a little fun, just experimental thing. You get to see characters drawn in ways that would never make sense otherwise. Like it has to be like a non-canon like dream sequence or something like that. That's going to be the bonus art for a bunch of characters. And it's not just limited to the DeviantArt OCs. It could also be Little Miss Steel characters and stuff like that. And I want to do that every 50 followers up until 3,000. And then it's going to be every 100. And every 500 watchers is when I'm going to do the free drawing request for whoever, wins it. It's going to be randomly selected. So that's the idea. As I'm trying to do more goals and stuff like that to encourage growth, and so far that seems to be working pretty good. I hope it continues to kick up steam on that. But besides that, I guess that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. I've been streaming for about a little over 20 minutes now. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. Do some more carpet cleaning, or should I say carpet drying, and then hit the shower and go watch Tron Ares. So I'll be back probably around like 5-ish. I'll try and stream again around 5-ish and give you my thoughts on Tron Ares live, fresh out of theater. You're going to get my raw feelings about it, which it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, I think. So stay tuned for that. Around 5-ish, a little bit after 5 probably. Check out the channel and see if I'm going live. So I will be going live today.